Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Eagle Eye Network. I'm your host, Brendan King. This is
Liv Donifrey.
and
And Carly Boker.
This is your Eagle Eye pregame show. Okay, Carly, what are your expectations for this game?
I really hope to just see the team work together and pass the ball around. I feel like sometimes we have a lot of solo players who just need to really include the team more.
Liv, what are your expectations for this game?
I think we just need to have some really good communication on the court. That way everyone can work together as a team instead of a couple individuals on the court.
I totally agree. I also believe that the Eagles should definitely focus a lot on offense.
Mm-hmm.
If you've seen the JV game, you know that they didn't focus so much on offense. They were more focused on defense, and that didn't go so well for them. Carly, or Liv, we'll start with you. What do you think the Egan's going to do well this game?
I think they always have a pretty strong defense, so I think that'll definitely be one of the aspects that leads us to hopefully a win. But as you said, I think that hopefully we need to do better on offense tonight.
Okay. Carly, what do you think?
I think we always do pretty good moving down the court fast and efficiently, making sure we pass the ball and making sure we use each other because the ball's moving faster than our feet.
All right. What do you think will be the key to the success of the game today?
Like I said on the first question, I just really think a lot of communication and just working together because we have really good individual players, but we really just need to work together and use each other for help when we need it.
Liv?
I really agree with Carly. I think communication is key with sports, and everyone just needs to work together, and that'll lead to success.
I 100% agree. You guys took the words right out of my mouth. Now we will be sending it off to Mr. Connard for the play-by-play.
All right, thank you. We're here at the John Cordisco Gym here as Lansdale Catholic gets ready to take on your Conwell Egan Eagles. I'm Dan Connor, joined by Patrick Haney and Colin Haney tonight. And guys, how important is tonight's game in the broader context of the team season's goal? Right now, they're 7-9 overall, 4-4 here at home, and 4-1 on our conference.
Well, I mean, basically every game from now on is most likely a must-win if they want to try to make it to the PCL Catholic playoff.
Yeah, agreeing with Patrick. We need to make sure we win every game to make sure we get a spot in playoffs.
All right, we talked a lot to Coach Brennan over the season. What do you think this team has done to adapt to his coaching philosophy? He's talked about stealing the ball a lot, making sure that you're pressuring the opposing team. How have we seen them adapt since the beginning of the year?
Yeah, there's definitely a good amount of steals now, contrary to the beginning of the season. I'm seeing a lot of stealing and breakaways down the court for an open shot.
Yeah, definitely. We put more pressure on the opposing team. I've seen so much improvement from the first game. We've been pressuring the other team so much better from the first game.
All right, we're coming tonight playing Lansdale Catholic, a decent team. How do you think home court advantage will favor Conwell Egan here tonight?
Well, I mean, just you always have to have a good atmosphere when you play, and usually after Spirit Night practice is over, a bunch of our students, Conwell Egan students, file into the court, and I feel like it's going to give Egan a good advantage.
Yeah, the home court advantage. It lets some of our players go home and rest for a little bit, because we're just so close to home, and that it just helps them a little bit more.
All right, and we'll take a quick break here in your Eagle Eye Network. When we come back, we'll have your opening tip-off.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Conwell Catholic for tonight's game between the Lady Crusaders of Lansdale Catholic and your Conwell Egan Eagles. We ask you at this time to please rise for the opening prayer and then to remain standing if able for the singing of the national anthem. Dear God, we ask your blessings on both teams. We know both teams have an intense desire to win, but we ask you, loving God, to keep our rivalry in perspective and to dedicate ourselves to fair play and good sportsmanship. Amen. Please remain standing while Emma Russell sings our national anthem.
What so proudly we hail, happy toilers whose God strikes and bloody stars through the sky. On the ramparts we watch, we're so gallantly streaming. And the rocket red on Varsity, getting through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet tonight's starting lineup. For the Crusaders of Lansdale Catholic, starting at forward, the sophomore, number 5, Allie Esposito. Starting at forward, the sophomore, number 23, Holly Pufferbacher. Starting at guard, the senior, number 3, Sanaya Littleton. Starting at guard, the senior, number 10, Nadia Yola. And starting at center, the senior, number 22, Grace McDonough. Lansdale is coached in his first season at Lansdale and 41st overall, Mr. Tom Lonergan, assisted by Amy Eskew, TJ Lonergan, and Jenny McAllen. And now, let's meet your Lady Eagles. Starting at guard, a sophomore, number 3, Olivia Delavecchio. Starting at forward, a sophomore, number 24, Jayla Butler. Joining in guard is junior number 25, Conwell Park. Joining in guard, a go-back to sophomore number 22, Brianna Jackson. And swimming up forward, a go-back to senior number 42, Molly Kaluski. The Eagles are coached in the 8th season by Mr. Chris, assisted by Chuck Weed, Zachary Weed, Justin Fusco, and Derek Jonas.
All right, back here at John Cordisco Gym. Lansdale Catholic comes in today 13-3 on the season, 4-2 in their conference. And as we mentioned during our pregame, is that Conwell Egan is 7-9 on their season, 4-4 here at home, and 4-1 in conference play. Lansdale Catholic is coming off of a win against Abington High School. They're coming off of 2 wins back-to-back as they beat MBAPC before that. And we see Conwell Egan coming off of a win against Brooklyn Law and Tech, 43-37, with a tough loss right before that to Ben Salem, a final score of 47-42. We're just about ready to get this game on there, right? And we will know that we will see Ada Rosado, who will not be eligible for this game after being ejected back in the first. It is Lansdale with the ball, pushing up with it. Now they drop it down low, firing that one towards the net. They're going to get the first basket on the net, the first basket of the night, and then time called here.
Charlie Bennett, substitute for Halloween.
Colton Bacher had the basket there for Lansdale Catholic. In control now is Jada Butler. She gives it off to Maluski in the far corner. Here gives it right back to Butler, and it drops it down low to Charlie Bennett, who bounces that one along to Maluski. Butler gets it back, fired on the near way. Delavecchio pushing in. She tries to get a shot off, but she was blocked down in front, and that one rolls out of play. So, guys, in the last broadcast, we talked to the other broadcasting crew about these unsung heroes for Conwell Egan. Who's the player that stands out here on the court for you guys that might not be making a whole lot of baskets, but has either great communication or sets Egan up for some great plays?
Definitely Ariella Parks. I feel like she's always there in the right place at the right time. She doesn't score many buckets, but I feel like she does have a lot of good passes, which lead to buckets.
I think Brianna Jackson, because she's just always getting the right assists. She's always there at the right time, getting passing to especially Lily Maluski, and they're just getting a bunch of points.
And a 3 made there that puts Egan up by 1 now with 6:45 to go. And I think, talking to you guys and the other broadcasting crew, what is nice to see is that each of you had something different to say. They talked about Charlie Bennett. You guys talked about, Jackson and Ariella Park. So that really shows that this team is playing well with each other, has some great communication and a lot of depth within itself. It is Whiteland with the ball now. She fires it over to the near side. It's given in the hands there, Esposito. Esposito drops it back out to Colton Bauer, who sets it right back out in the and then moving up with the ball. She fires this one from down low, and they regain the lead. Does Lansdale Catholic by 1. It's 4-3. So ball on the near side. It's intercepted there, though, by Esposito. She fires that one up, and another basket goes up, and that one comes out from Yamola. 6-3 now with 6:07 to go. The JV team foul to Lansdale Catholic just before this one, as this one's tipped along and a little bit of sloppy pass back at the end. That does allow the Lansdale Catholic to regain control as that pass is just not strong enough, and another basket made here by Lansdale with 5:50 to go.
I'm seeing some similarities from the JV game. Multiple bad passes, hospital balls, as some people call them, where it's just not a good enough pass and it goes to the hands of Lansdale, and which has caused Lansdale to score 4 points in the last couple seconds.
And we talked about those passes in the last game that, they were a little sloppier, which did prevent Conwell Egan from, taking full control. There's a shot that goes up that finds its way in, and it's 10-3 with 5:38 to go. So Conwell Egan needs to tighten their paces up here, and that's most likely what Coach Brennan is going over during this timeout. And with that timeout, we'll take a break here. Egan will be control of the ball here. They're down 10-3 right now with 5:39 to go here in this first quarter. Look at Delavecchia with control of the ball now. She has Parks to her left, who she passes that one along to. Parks gives it right back to Delavecchia, who tries to drop it down low to Maluski. But that one intercepted, now brought back the other way by Umola. Umola moving up with it. She waits, fires it down low, and then fires it just under the net there. But that one did not go, and that's the first basket that Lansdale Catholic has missed tonight. Moving up with it here now is Delavecchio. Delavecchio moving along to her right side. She's trying to find an open lane, gives it to Butler on the near end, and Butler passes up to Parks. That pace just a bit wide, but Butler able to get that ball back as Parks was able to gain control. And so fired into the corner, it's Charlie Bennett now. Bennett holding, fires it over there to Parks. Parks looking, tries to drop it down low to Maluski, and that one just kept in. Moving back up with it now, here is Litland, and then Litland fires it over to the near way. Here comes a shot and a basket made by Lansdale Catholic, and that one from Umola. 12-3, our score, 4:35 to go. Maluski with control of the ball now. Maluski drops it back to Butler. Butler looking, tries to spin this one along, and then it's going right back to Butler. Butler tries to go to the Parks, and this one is knocked out. Guys, what's Lansdale Catholic doing well right now that is allowing them to read Conwell's defense so effectively?
Just their overall aggressiveness for the ball. They always seem to want it, and that's working as they've got multiple steals and interceptions in the first quarter already.
Definitely their speed. They've been able to go up and down the court really fast, taking the balls from Egan, and just on not giving up and doing the best.
This report along to the near way now to Charlie Bennett. Bennett looking, gives it right back to Butler. Butler fires over to the far side to Delavecchio, drops it off to Maluski. Maluski races towards the net, but elects to give it back to Butler, who passes over to Parks. Parks back along to Butler. This will drop down low to Maluski. Maluski shot, and there's a basket for Conwell Egan. It's 12-5. Moving up with the ball there now, it's Mobley. Mobley to her right. She's trying to dance in. One hands this one off as we see a shot that comes from just inside the arc, and that's the second basket that Lansdale's missed tonight. Here's a three attempt now from the opposite side that doesn't make its way in. Maluski able to gather here and drop it along. This one fired over now to Maluski. Coach Brennan telling the Eagles to slow this game down. Parks is in control. Parks back to Maluski. Maluski's going to gain control and then tries to spin this one back to Delavecchio, which will go all the way back court, where it's eventually going to be gained control again by the Eagles and move back off. Maluski has it, drops it down low to Butler. Butler tries to one-hand this one along as she lost her footing, but it goes into the hands of the Crusaders. This will drop down low, and the women in black add another two. Their score is 14-5 with 3:07 to go. And with that, we'll take another time out here on the Eagle Network. Back here, Conwell Egan down 14-5, and it's almost a similar score at this point in the game as our JV counterpart. This one sent back, fired over the far way rather to Parks, who sends it up to the far corner to Butler. Parks gets the backfire is just one, and then it is just off its mark and wide. This will drop down low, and then roll along in the near way, then drop back out, and then send over to the far side, where we see the Crusaders trying to find an open lane. Different pressure going on right now from the Eagles. This will drop right below the basket. That one's fired up at 16. Bennett with the ball now. Bennett sends this one a long way in, but it's intercepted there and brought back now the other way. This one fired into the corner. This one dropped down low and a foul with 2:19 to go.
This Lansdale team, I'm pretty sure, has only got their points from that little drive to the middle and shoot a little layup. If I feel like if Egan keeps him out to the 3-point line, this game would be a way closer game. They really need to stop them from driving into the middle.
If you're Conwell Egan, how do you change your defense to clog that middle to prevent them from getting in there?
I would probably play more of a zone instead of a man, so that if there's a pick, you just stay where you are and you don't move all the way out, leaving gaps in the play.
18-5, and we'll see if they can close those gaps right now with 2:17 to go here in the first quarter. 2 fouls for Egan, 1 for Lansdale Catholic. This will give it over to Jayla Butler. Butler trying to find a way out, and another missed pass that's going to go all the way back down where it's eventually going to roll out of play. And I feel like the Crusaders of Lansdale Catholic have had more opportunities based upon interceptions rather than actually gaining control of the ball down at their own end and running the possession down. What do you think, Conwell?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Lansdale has been able to take the ball from Egan, catch it out of there, bring it back down to the court, and score an easy layup. And that's where most of their points are coming from.
So Conwell Egan tighten up the middle, limit the amount of turnovers, and this could be a closer game going into the second quarter and the second half. 1:45 to go, 21-5 our score. Conwell Egan looking to find a danger here. So the Lansdale Catholic team has put a lot of pressure on them. Granted Jackson with control. She drops it down low, fires along the near way to Butler. Butler's going to take a 3 attempt that finds its way in, and it's 21-8. Nice shot there by Butler. As that one's tipped out of play. Maybe not a bad idea there. Down 21-8 with 1:21 to go here by Delavecchio. And sent back out, 1:18 to go. This will drop to the near side. Another 3 attempt that finds its way in there, and it's 24-8 now with 1:12. Here's the first. Butler with the ball now. Butler drops it over to Jackson. Jackson tries to give it all to Maluski. We're not heard a whole lot from her tonight as Lansdale has had her covered. This one thrown along to the near side. There's Litwin with it. And then she drops it off to the right-hand side there to Yamola, who takes a shot and then it finds its way in and check that. That was Kotlenbacher with the basket, and then that ball kicked away.
Egan needs to put more pressure on defense. They've been able to shoot easily because Egan hasn't put enough pressure on them.
I agree with you there, Colin. Lift Dittman into this game now. She'll gain control of the ball. Dittman to Maluski. Maluski takes a 3 attempt. That's just off his marks, but the rebound corralled in there by Jackson before she's fouled. And the Eagles will get control of the ball. Jackson fires this one out to Maluski. Maluski over there to Butler. This is into the corner there to Delavecchio. Takes a shot. That's off his mark. Scattered by Dittman. And we'll see a jump ball here. So it'll be the Eagles control now with 19.2 seconds to go here in this first quarter. This one jump back. Is given off there to the right hand side, off into the corner now. Trying to gather and hold here the Eagles with 10 seconds to go. Looking at another basket that are total. Down to the final 6 seconds of the quarter. This will drop down low but tip the long, and that's going to erase any chance for the Eagles to add to their scoreboard. So we end the first quarter here. It is 28 or 26 to 8 rather. Guys, so we saw Coach Brennan call various timeouts throughout that first quarter. How do you think he's managing the timeout strategically, and is it helping with the flow of the game right now?
Well, what Egan needs to do is slow this game down definitely, as it's 8-26, which is a huge lead for Lansdale. They need to slow this game down to find Lansdale's weak points so they can chip away at that lead and maybe come back.
Yeah, agreeing with Patrick. Egan needs to take their time to make sure they're taking the right shots, make sure they're making good shots and not just doing it whenever they can.
All right, taking the key shots and slowing it down a little bit is definitely going to be key. We'll see how the Eagles react in the second quarter. All right, start the second quarter here. It is Lansdale Catholic up 26 to 8. Lansdale Catholic tried to drop it along, but it's intercepted there by Brianna Jackson. Jackson moving up with the ball. One hands this one up, finds a basket, and it's 26 to 10, down by 16. Is the Eagles. Nice start for them here in the quarter. Nice momentum shift, as we were hoping the Eagles are able to keep that one here. Another opportunity to intercept the ball here. Eagles are putting up some pressure. Moving up there with it now is Lansdale Catholic. They fired over to 3, does it go? And it's corralled in by Conwell as they move back up now the other way. Jackson with control of the ball now with 7:20 to go. She fires it over there to Charlie Bennett. Bennett looking, finds Maluski. Maluski gets it. Maluski takes a shot, but her arm hit number 22, and that is McDonald on the way to the basket. That was a close one there. It looked like Charlie Bennett might have stepped out before hitting the ball, but they will give it to the control of the Eagles. That one sent off back now to Brianna Jackson. Jackson looking, waiting, and holding. Send it to the near side there to Jayla Butler. Butler gives it right off to Bennett, who takes a 3 attempt. And that one bounces around and into the hands there of Kaltenbacher. Moving up to the ball there now is Lakeland. And we will see a whistle, and they stop it to play with 6:57 to go. There's a push on Brianna Jackson here. That's her first foul here in the quarter. And we have a traveling violation here. So the ball's going to come back now the other way. This one dropped over there. It's eventually dished along there to Dittman. Dittman gives it off to Maluski, who was quietly waiting back. He gives it back off to Brianna Jackson. Jackson waiting, her team trailing by 16. You see Ariella Parks getting ready to come in. This one fired back over to Dittman. Dittman to Jackson. Jackson takes a 3, now takes the shot. That one skips around into the hands of Charlie Bennett. Bennett drops it down low to Dittman, but it's not go long. It's a battle for possession, and it's eventually Lansdale Catholic that's going to get it. And it's moved up with that one sent over from far away. It bounces off the outside rim and into the hands of Charlie Bennett. This one sent back over now to Dittman. Dittman to Jackson. Jackson waiting, fires it back over to the near side of Jalen Butler. Butler back over to Charlie Bennett. And that one intercepted again as it was tipped along the way. It's McDonald that gets it, and she gives it right off the lip. And we'll fire it over into the corner. And then it's sent a long way over, and we see the Crusaders having a little bit of trouble connecting with their baskets here in the second quarter. Is that because of Conwell Egan guys coming out with a little bit of a defensive formation, or is it a little bit of tiredness? What's going on down there for the Crusaders right now?
I think it's because of Egan's defense. They definitely look like they stepped it up a little bit and put more pressure on it.
More pressure is key here with 5:08 to go. That is the first basket for Conwell Egan here, or for Lansdale Catholic rather, here in the second half. This one given off to Maluski. Maluski takes a three. That's just off the mark. It was gathered and then a whistle here with 4:55 to go. Parks with the ball now. Parks fires this one out to Jackson before 4:54 to go. Jackson along now to Delavecchio. Delavecchio to Parks. Parks fakes to the basket, gives it back to Delavecchio, calls across, that gives it off to Jackson. Jackson takes a three attempt, that skips out. The rebound is thrown up, but nowhere near the basket. As we see Littman come back now with it the other way. She fires it down low to McDonald. McDonald loses control. She's covered, but then is able to make the basket there, 30-10, and Egan down by 20. Butler holding, gives it off to Parks. Parks having trouble with control, and then this one sent back now to Human. And then she's not, or Umola rather, she's not able to gather. And then we'll see your white ball 4:15 to go.
Egan really needs to work on keeping this ball to them because it's so many times Lansdale is scoring off Egan's mistakes, which is making this lead bigger. Egan needs to make the smart plays and stop making stupid plays.
This will throw along that near side to Jackson. Jackson holding and waiting and gives it off to Maluski. Maluski almost had to strip from her. Gives it down to Parks. Parks back to Maluski. Maluski waiting, gives it back to Parks. Parks faking a shot. Now she takes one. That's off its mark. Patrick, maybe the Conwell Egan team just did not get that pregame meal that they normally get. You and Logan up here talking a lot about the fried chicken and milk. As a matter of fact, he just sent you a picture of that in our sports broadcast, so we at least know that he is getting that pregame meal in that home. So Egan needing to step it up a little bit here, down by 20, getting ready to go into the half with 3:45 to go. Here's a shot. That's a wide. It's going to hit off the outside of the basket there. Battle for the ball there, and a lack of control down the other end by both teams is really starting to show. I'm Conwell Egan. I'm moving up slowly. Calm it down. You're down by 20. Yes, it's a big gap, but you have time to climb yourself back into this game. So dropped off to Delavecchio to Parks. Parks gives it back off to Maluski. Maluski gives it back off there to Dittman. And we see a play right now coming out of that boys playbook that we saw on Sunday against Father Judge, that when they were down, they were going to play that perimeter a little bit more. What we do see here is that Lansdale is ready for putting up the pressure. We have a shot from Jackson and not really providing a lot of room to the girls.
I also think this Conwell Egan team needs to work on getting those rebounds, as I feel like personally they should have why aren't their tallest players in going for the rebound, as one of the shortest players on the court was the only one fighting for the rebound? We need at least like Lily Malusky or Olivia Dittman in there for the rebound.
Right now, I'm noticing that Lansdale sideline has much more energy than Egan. They're like clapping a lot, but Egan's just sitting there, and I think that's part of the reason why we're losing. We need more energy. We need more passion, because if we have that, we would definitely play better.
And it's passion and noise from the bench. I don't think a lot of people, if you're not a sports player, you don't really realize how effective that is. We saw the boys against Judge down by like 18. The bench started getting loud, the crowd started getting loud, and then they climbed themselves back in the game within 9. So once that crowd was behind them, once their bench was behind them, it really changes that momentum out there on the court. 2:28, 30-10 is our score. This one giving back off to Jayla Butler in the back. She's going to slowly climb up with it. Malusky to Parks. Parks fakes it to Delavecchio, and it gives it back off to Malusky. Malusky, though, handed off to Delavecchio. Delavecchio moving over. She takes a 3 attempt, and that one's wide. And then not able to be obtained here by the Eagles. Moving up there with the ball there is Mobley. This is to the outside where a shot comes off. That's not going to go. And then this ball goes out of play, and the Conwell Egan's control. Whereas to remind you by the PIAA that if a team happens to go up by 30 in the second half, that we will see a running clock here. The Eagles are looking to prevent that right now. We don't see that happening as of now against them, as Jayla Butler has the ball knocked away from her and into the crowd. Still so on a foul. That foul coming off of Littlejohn. Parks is going to take the inbound here with 1:49 to go. Parks dishes it back out, and we have a lot of talking. There's a warning coming there from Lansdale's bench, and there seemed to be a lot of chattering going on from the coaches.
Bench warning, Lansdale tablet.
So we'll do this again now. The inbound intercepted there this time around, and that is Kaltenbacher that was able to do it. This one dropped down low, and that one fired up, and the basket made. And what you see these bench warnings, and we do it all the time as coaches. You're talking a little bit in certain situations where you see that momentum slacking. We saw the ball go in. It was given to an Egan player. But then after the bench warning, it was inbounded again and intercepted right away. In those kind of situations, you as a coach hope, at least that you're the opposing team, that they ignore it a little bit, let the game play on a little bit, and then eventually go back and issue that warning later. We see it a lot of times in baseball. You'll see it in hockey as well, but it seems to be more prevalent here in basketball as of late. As this ball intercepted again, a block, but it does so on a foul. Does Conwell Egan.
Well, I mean, it also wasn't the smartest choice by the Lansdale Catholic coaches to talk while the referee was literally a foot in front of them, and they should probably be more smart than that.
I definitely think that plays into a little bit right to smartness. Unfortunately, the sports nowadays have become a lot more competitive than before, and you hear a lot of smack talking in high school level and even before. Down to the final 1 minute and 22 seconds here in this first half. It is 34-10, so Egan down by 24. This one sent all the way ahead there to Jayla Butler. Butler fires it down low there to Dittman. Dittman puts one off and finds it right in. 34-12. There's a little bit of reaction from the crowd there, Colin. So fired over to the far side, dropped down low, battle for the ball there. This will get back out as Charlie Bennett was almost able to, or check that down to the Parks was almost able to gather that one. She had Delavecchio standing around her. And it's brought back out over to the far side, over into the corner. Here's a shot down in the final minute that will bounce off the outside of the rim into the hands of Dittman. And Dittman gives it off to Delavecchio, who rushes for it, but that has the ball stripped away from her. She'll drop back down now. It's fired into the corner. And it's just right back out and then over to the far wing. Here's another 3 attempt that will find its way in, and it is 37-12. Here, with the final 23 seconds to go. This one brought up now. Going right back there. It's in the corner there to Dittman. Dittman gives it back to Delavecchio. This is into the corner there to Butler. And that one goes out of play. Some brought along now. That one distant to the corner. There's a shot that finds its way in and is 39-12. All right, guys, how do you think this Conwell Egan team is playing emotionally in the response to the number of fouls and different key plays by Lansdale in this first half?
I mean, you could definitely see it in all their faces. Everyone's sad. Everyone has a frown on their face, which you simply can't do if you want to have motivation going into the third quarter.
Yeah, they all seem disappointed. They really need to pick that up if they want to win. Because if you don't feel like you want to play, you won't play your best.
How does this team play different with a lead versus when they're trailing?
They definitely play more 10 times more confident when they have the leads. I feel like they make all their shots, make a bunch of threes whenever they're leading, and then when they're trailing, it just keeps going lower and lower, and they have to find that rhythm to get back into it being a good game.
Yeah, when they're leading, they definitely play better. They make better decisions. They think better. They make better shots. But when they're trailing, it seems like they just give up. They don't try as hard, and they're just all disappointed.
All right, we'll see if we can get that momentum shift as we head into the second half. But right now, we're going to send it right back up to the studio to Brendan, Carly, and Liv as they recap the first half.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Okay. My name is Brendan King. I'm your host. This is
Liv Donfrey.
And Carly Boker.
in case you didn't already see the beginning of this game. Liv, what do you think the Egan team has done well so far?
I think they did a really good job, like being quick on the court, getting to where they need to be.
Mm-hmm. Carly, what do you think?
I think we're doing really well moving the ball around and getting it around. I just really think we need to start taking those chances when we have them.
I totally agree. And following what you said, I can lead into our next question. What do you think they can improve on, Carly?
I think they can improve on really just taking those shots when they have them because they're moving it around fast. It's getting around. They have those good passes. They are just not taking their chance when it's there.
Yeah. What do you think?
Definitely agreeing with Carly. I think that we need to take the chances when we get them since we only have 2 halves of the game left. But also I think we need to start minimizing the long passes because through the first and second half, all we've been doing is getting, intercepted by the other team.
I totally agree. You guys took the words right out of my mouth. I think if they stop these long passes, they can maintain control of the ball for longer, and it will help them just get to the net faster, get some more points up on the board. And what do you think we can look forward to in this next half?
I think really just trying to anticipate the other players. Like when you're on that court, you need to be anticipating what their next move is or where that ball is going to go.
Yeah, I really think that if we just can, keep our momentum up and, know what's happening and when it's happening and know what you need to do when we get the ball, I think we'll start making shots left and right.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think all of this is communication. They got to communicate more out there. The more they do, then the more shots we can put up on the board, the more points, and maybe even we could see a comeback. That's all for now.
All right, back here in Eagle Eye Network, it is the start of the second half where we see Lansdale up 39-12. Guys, how have the fails in the first half and the missed passes affected Conwell Egan's strategy on defense?
I mean, it's like very detrimental. It's very detrimental to the team. All these like lost passes, which lead to Lansdale's breakaway. I think there's been at least 15 points Lansdale has scored due to these breakaways that Conwell is just giving to them. They really need to stop that and lock that down to help on defense.
Yeah, these fouls are very hurting our team a lot. Like Lansdale was able to get a bunch of points off of those foul shots, and we have to stop that.
Oh, we definitely have to stop that. We definitely have to stop the fouls and limit the opportunities down at the other end. This will drop off down to the near side. Brianna Jackson moving in. She gives it off to Maluski instead of going in the net. Maluski takes a shot from inside the yard. Goes 39-14. Moving up there with the ball now on the opposite side is Lansdale Catholic. Lansdale dropping it into the corner. They're looking, they're waiting. They're trying to fire that one towards the basket, but it's wide and into the hands there at Eagles. Maluski going to gain control. She's going to move up with it now the other way, rather. This one's going off to the near side there to Delavecchio. Gives it right back to Parks. 7:12 to go. Ball on the near side of Jackson. Jackson go to Delavecchio. Gets it back off to Butler. Butler sends it over to go play this perimeter game. As it's given off now to Brianna Jackson. And then this right back to Butler and then brought over on the near side. Rushing in is Parks. Her shot's blocked along the way. The rebound gathered there by Maluski. Her shot's blocked. And now both players go down onto the court. And we'll see a jump ball here. Possession will be given to Lansdale Catholic. 39-14 with 6:52 to go here in this third quarter. Lansdale with control. They dropped that one off there to Little John. She fires it towards the net, but it's not going to go as it's blocked aside. And then another stoppage here.
30-second violation.
Moving down there now, you have Jackson who fires it across there to Parks. Parks gives it right back to Jackson. Jackson looking, waiting, fires it down low to Maluski, who takes a shot. Gathers her own rebound. That one is knocked aside from her. So she should get two shots here, down 39-14. Guys, what role does leadership play among the team?
I mean, the Conwell team is young. As there's one junior, one senior, and then 3 sophomores in the starting lineup, which is good for the future of Conwell Egan as we have a lot of young talent on the team. But this leadership that Lily Maluski needs to display is to set a positive role model for all these players by not getting down, playing your heart out the whole time. Because what she teaches these sophomores is what's going to go on and on and on, and it's going to be a chain reaction. And you need good leadership throughout, as these sophomores are going to be juniors next year, leading the younger students.
Leadership is very important for motivation because the leaders of this team, which are Lily Maluski, must keep their team motivated along with the coaches to keep playing their best. So we don't have a big slump and we don't play our best.
Lineup baskets made there by Delavecchio. And a rebound. It's gathered and then made again as it was intercepted just on the throw-in. Here's Lansdale now on the opposite side. That one rolls around. Then tipped away. It's Delavecchio moving up with the ball again with 5:30 to go. We'll get back to that leadership in a second, guys. I do want to ask one more question. We have Brianna Jackson rushing towards the net, who gives it off down to Maluski with her team down by 19. All right, so we're talking about an effective leader, giving positivity to the team, teaching them a little bit, especially getting these young players ready as they continue to grow. How does a selfish leader, somebody that doesn't have maybe those good leadership qualities or plays only for themselves, hurt not only themselves as a player, but the team as well.
Oh, 100%. If you're a selfish player, what you do is you don't pass the ball. You think you're the best at everything, and you'll just dribble up and shoot it and then miss it. Most of the time, because you're not gonna make every shot you take. You need to be able to be a player that passes and communicates well with the team, which then motivates everyone else to do the same thing as you.
Yeah, selfish leader hurts the team because they just put everyone down. Because like Patrick said, they think they're the best and just like want the ball and to score the most points and to look the best on their statistics, and that hurts the team because it most of the time it just puts other people down and makes them not want to play.
Right, definitely takes the fun out of the game, takes the enjoyment out of being a player. And I think the good thing for us here is that through all of our Conwell Egan teams, so we don't have that. And that was a shot by Malinsky that makes its way in, so it's 41 to 22. That is not something that we see here at Conwell Egan. We see very effective leaders. We see players that want to help the younger kids coming in and be able to really keep control of the game. We'll take a timeout here at the timeout down there on the court. On your Hi, into that timeout, we are Lansdale Catholics coach. A little disappointed with the girls' performance here as of late, even with them up by 19. It will be Lansdale's ball. We'll be back here live on the Eagle Eye Network Thursday night for our latest girls game, as this will be their latest home game on Thursday. Then we'll be back live on the Eagle Eye Network next week on Wednesday and Friday for the varsity and JV boys. As that one's fired towards the basket by Little John. That makes its way in, 43 to 22. And then that will end our basketball season. We'll have a little bit of a break, get ready for the spring, and then we'll be back alive with all of your spring sports. This one brought along the near side, giving off there to Maluski. Maluski fires over to Delavecchia, who takes a towering shot, but a mark that finds its way in, 43 to 24. Brought along down to the near way. It's eventually handed off and then dropped back out. Fired that one into the corner there, and rushing over to the near side. This one sent back over again. It is Mola with control of the ball, and then it's actually just back out now to Little John. It rushes towards the net, fires one up, and the ball comes back down into the hands there of Maluski. It's going to be Jayla Butler moving back up with it, who fires it quickly off to Delavecchia, who has trouble controlling that pass. So she'll have to fire it over to Parks. Parks fires in the corner to Brianna Jackson. Jackson down low, gives it off to Maluski, who puts a basket off that finds its way in at 43-27 with 3 minutes to go. Little John with control now. She's looking and waiting. Fires over. Intercepted over there by Jackson. Jackson go back the other way. Jackson fires one up that finds its way in, 43 to 29. And the momentum shift seems to be changing.
Egan definitely seems like they're more motivated to win because they've scored a bunch of points just in this third quarter.
Bunch of points there, and then stripped from the ball once was Maluski. Then she gathered it again, and then fouling on the play was Coltenbacher. Had a little trouble seeing the number from here in the broadcast booth. Dittman into the game. Now we see Brianna Jackson come out. And then we see Esposito come into the game and Halterbacher come back in. Getting off there to Delavecchio. Now Delavecchio's going to slowly move up with it with 2:25 to go. She fires over the near way to Parks. Parks looking, waiting, gives it back to Delavecchio. Delavecchio drops it down low to Maluski. And Maluski's going to pause and then sends it over to the far way. Rushing there with his Jayla Butler. Butler getting back off to Delavecchio. Her team down 43-29. That one intercepted there. Rushing back now is both Parks and Delavecchio, but they're able to fire one up. And there again, we're talking about these missed pass opportunities that lead to points for Lansdale Catholic. This one drops along to the near side, getting right back out there. Holding and waiting is Maluski. She's giving directions down low, and it gives it off to Dittman. Dittman off to Maluski now. Maluski waiting, gives it off one hand along to Parks. Parks over there to Dittman, drops it back down low, and that one goes out, and they're going to say on Parks. Moving up there with the ball now is Little John. Little John drops it to the right-hand side. Here comes a long three attempt there from Moore that makes it 48-29 with 1:20 to go here in this third quarter. So momentum shift once again. It's been back and forth here in this third quarter. That one given off there to the far side. Trying to bring it over to near way is Parks. She takes a three attempt that's not going to go and almost intercepted there by Delavecchio, who shows her frustration when she did not gain control. But that one tipped along there. Jayla Butler's able to gain control, gives it off to Dittman, who dishes it off to Maluski down to the final minute here in this third quarter. Maluski waiting, gives it off there to Butler. Butler bounces that one off her foot and loses control. Now the ball's going to come back out the other way. Rebound gathered there by Lansdale Catholic. And then the ball going to be given to Conwell Egan as that one, the referee says, went out on the back end. It was probably bad positioning for her. It seemed to still be in play, but it goes Egan's way, so we'll take the call. They do reverse it now in the backcourt, give it off to Lansdale, rather. And that one this time will be off of Little John clearly, as the referee in the back told the others to switch it up, and we did with 40 seconds to go now. This one dropped along. And it's eventually set back up there by Parks on the far side with 32 seconds to go. Parks gives it off there to Bennett, who's back in the game. And then Bennett to Maluski. Maluski trying to rush towards the net. She sends a shot up that finds its way in, and it's 48-31. And Egan climbing themselves back into this one. Moving along there now is Little John giving directions with 7 seconds to go. She's trying to rush up underneath the basket. Gives along in the near side there to Claire. Claire takes a shot and we're in. This third quarter here, 50-31. And with that, we'll take a break here on your Eagle Eye Network. Back here, start of fourth quarter, 50-51. Score. We'll drop along there to the near side, fired off there to Maluski. Maluski takes a shot that goes off the rim and back out. Start along now to the near way, and then that pass gets made. It is 52-31. Little internet difficulties here at Conwell Egan as we were trying to get the other camera back up and running, and our camera up here in the booth is not working that well. So we'll do the best we can for a minute. We're working on getting that camera back up and running for you as that one's dropped down low there. This one is given off there now as it bounces in and out of the rim. And I come back now with it the other way is Egan. Egan looking, trying to give it off there to Bennett as Bennett tried to take a shot that was blocked aside. Moving up there with the ball there now over the far side is Lansdale Catholic. They drop along the near way to get a shot off. Rebound gathered down low, set back up, but it's gathered by Maluski. It still remains 52-31 with 6:47 to go. So dropped along down to the near side. I fired back over to Butler. Butler back into the corner there to Ariella Parks. Parks looking, gives it back off there to Dittman. Dittman over to the near side to Charlie Bennett. Bennett gives it off there to Jayla Butler. Butler takes a shot that hits off the outside of the rim. She took that shot from the near court. Moving up over the far way there is Lansdale Catholic now with 6:23 to go. Lansdale drops this one down low. That one is coming off of the hands there of McDonald. And then it skips around on the rim and back out into the Conwell Egan hands. It's Maluski with it over there on the far side. Maluski waiting, give it back to Charlie Bennett. Bennett to Jayla Butler. Butler into the corner there. Butler to Dittman. Dittman back out to Ariella Parks. It's just outside the C. And then eventually she's going to take a three from the right wing. That's going to hit off the back and bounce back out into the hands of Lansdale Catholic with 5:55 to go. There's a shot that's coming off Lansdale back out the other end. It does not go, and it allows Jayla Butler to gain control. And then Butler's going to slowly move back up now with it the other way. She gives it off there to Charlie Bennett. Bennett looking, waiting, gives it back off to Butler. Butler looking, trying to get it off to Dittman, but then it's intercepted there. Now moving back out the other way is Lansdale Catholic. A block there, but then Lansdale able to gain control again. And then it's eventually fired back up, and this one out on Lansdale Catholic. Conwell Egan's going to take the inbound there from their own end. Fired across into the corner. Jackson with it. Jackson gives it off to Dittman out in front. Dittman trying to move this one along. It's sent back out. Here comes a shot that finds its way in. And it is going to be 52-34.
Vecchio is just a lethal three-point shooter. She shoots it really high, but it always seems to go in.
Number 2.
Brandon Jackson moving down with it. She fires one out. That one goes over the rim and back out. 4:35 to go here. And this one kicked along. Have that camera working for you momentarily with 4:26 to go. So we're able to get it back online here. Drop back down here. This shot from Lansdale Catholic that hits off the backboard and drop back out. Another attempt there and a foul on the play.
Foul on Elmarie Cox. Her first, team first.
Just thought we were getting that camera back up there for you. Let's see what we got going on here.
Picard is into the game.
Lansdale Catholic with the ball now. Having a little bit more difficulties here on our end. 4 minutes to go here. We're going to try to give you one more different angle from the broadcast booth if we can in just a moment. And that is a ball that's going to go out of play here. And substitution's going to come in now.
Ariella Parks back in the game for the Eagles for Brianna Jackson.
Here's our third attempt at a camera now. Gaining control there with it. Another stoppage of play here. 3:39 to go. We'll fire back out there at Lansdale Catholic. 3:18 to go. They fire this one up. It is 57-36 for 3. 13 to go. Lansdale with control of the ball, but they're going to knock this one out on themselves. And with 3:10 to go here, be Eagles possession. Ariella Parks with the ball now. She's going to move up along the near way. Parks looking, waiting, trying to fire it over the near way to Del Vecchio. She does. Gets it right back off there now to Kinney, who's into the game, and then going right back now. 2:50 to go. Kinney with control. Kinney taking the shot. Looking, waiting, trying to get out of danger. Goes well to Dittman. Dittman drops it back down to Parks. There's a foul for the ball there. What do you think the main focus will be for Egan as they head into that next practice, guys?
Definitely just a consistency because in this game there's been many spurts where Conwell Egan has been on top of the game, scoring 6, 7, 8 points at a time, but then it just goes down, and then Lansdale scores 6, 7, 8. Then you work on that consistency so that they can get a lead early and not have to start with a point deficit.
They need to work on moving the ball around and holding onto the ball because Lansdale throughout the game was able to just take and block passes from Egan and taking it down to their side of the court and scoring some points.
So 2:17 to go. Next week, after this week of midterm starts Catholic Schools Week for us. What are some of your favorite traditions from Catholic Schools Week that maybe you had in your grade school?
So my grade school, the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders did this thing called Academic Olympics where every grade was assigned a continent, and then it was split up into groups, and each group had a different country, and you would research about the country, make a website about it, and then and then over time you get more points if your team did good on a test, and whoever had the most points at the end won. And to open it off, there's an Olympic ceremony where we played some gym games.
My favorite tradition was on Student Appreciation Day. From about 4th grade to 8th grade, there's a game truck that all the kids were able to go in and play.
Those sound really cool, and at various grade schools, various Catholic schools, there's a bunch of different things. We'll play Family Feud here next week, where it is the students versus the teachers, and different grade levels versus each other. There'll also be a teacher swap day, and I think unlike the grade schools, instead of teachers actually swapping themselves, one of the students gets to be a particular teacher for the day. Traveling violation down the near way with 1:18 to go here. Egan trailing right now 59-36. Ariella Parks moving up with the ball. Parks fires it over near side to Bennett. Bennett gives it off into that near corner to Dittman. Dittman tries to give it back off to Kenny. They'll control down in the final minute here. Here comes a shot on the way out. It's a great Get us all off to Charlie Bennett now. Bennett holding, waiting. She has it over to far away. Shot back ball to Pittman. Now down to 38 seconds. Pittman 1 run along. Doesn't make it though. It's 62-36. Lansdale Catholic going to try to waste as much clock as they possibly can here. Stoppage there. "16 seconds to go exactly." Special fires back in. There comes the shot.
Now, Ariella Parks, your third team voter. Jacoby, your two.
Alright, we're a long way there. It's Parks with it. Parks has it. She's moving up with her along the near side. And Dittman fires this one into the corner. And it's brought back out by Bennett. Bennett trying to spin around. Gives it all to Dittman. The final score here is 62-36. Conwell Egan losing both the JV and Varsity game. There'll be one more game here on the Line Network for girls back here on Thursday night before they end their season on the road. I'm Dan Connor, joined here by Colin and Patrick Hingley. We're going to send it back upstairs now to our post-game as they wrap up this competition.
Welcome back to our post-game show. I'm Brendan King. This is
Liv Donfrey.
And Carly Boker.
as you probably already know. Okay, Carly, who do you think was one of the most star players of this game?
I'm gonna have to say Olivia Del Vecchio. In that third quarter, you really just saw like her player and who she is start to shine as she gets more confident on the court. And she had some good points there. She's a good defensive player, and you can really just see her lock in and hustle up and down that court.
Liv?
For me, I thought Bree Jackson really gave it her all, even though she wasn't in for the whole game. Every time she was on the court, she was hustling. She never put her head down, and she communicated through the whole game and really just helped the team stay up.
Okay, thank you for that. I totally agree with both of you. I also think Lily Maluski, after hitting her 1,000 points, that really has boosted her confidence in herself. So she's definitely playing very, very confident, and you can see that. Liv, I have a question for you. If you were the coach, what would you tell your players that they need to work on and do better at practice?
I think even though basketball is a very fast-paced game, I think there are some points in the game where you need to slow it down and just take the time to think, what can I do to help the team right now? Not what can I do to help me? What can I do? What can I say to help the team and keep them up? Because the second their heads go down, they're all out of the game, and that just ruins it for them.
Totally. Carly, what about you? What do you think?
I'm going to have to agree with Liv because I feel like we see one girl head go down, and it's just you see the next and you see the next. It's like a black hole in all sports. You see one girl's head go down, and then you're looking, oh, maybe I should be too. And then all of a sudden the whole team's down.
I totally agree. I feel that once this one goes down, it's like a chain reaction throughout the entire team, and then that just takes the whole team down, and something like what just happened, what we just witnessed, occurs with with a blowout game. And last question, What do you think they did well in this game?
I think we did really well moving that ball, getting up and down that court. Even though our heads were down a little bit, we really do always hustle, and our passes are just on point. We have the power behind it. We need to execute it better.
I think the team itself is really well bonded, and sports are a very mental thing because the second something bad happens, you're just out of the game. But I think our girls basketball team, especially varsity, all the girls do a great job of picking each other up and trying to get the girls back in the game. And I think we did that really well tonight.
I totally agree with both of you. Thank you everyone for watching. This has been our